Alright, so in this section we will talk about file compression and archiving in Linux using the commands like tar, gzip and zip. But what is the file compression? So it means reducing the size of the file using algorithms to save space or transfer faster. But why do we need to compress the file? So let's talk about some use cases where the compression is useful. Like when transferring the files of large size from one server to another, it will be faster and quicker. When keeping the backup of old files on the same server, so you can save a lot of space, or simply saving storage on your server. So let's jump into our Linux terminal and see the practical demo. So here is my terminal, and I will use ls-lh to see the size of these files and folder present in this location in human readable format. So you can clearly see now that the size of this file bigfile.txt is 1.1 gigabyte GB. Okay, the mid size.txt, the size is 300 MB, and for users.csv it's 78k. Now let's first pick bigfile.txt. If we want to compress and reduce its size, we can simply use gzip command and then the name of the file, which is the bigfile.txt. Enter. So the compression has been done, and let's check again by using the ls-lh the size of this file. You can clearly see a significant reduction in its size to a few MBs now. Okay, so 1.1 GB has been reduced to 1.1 MB, and also in this case it compressed the original file. So we don't have the original file right now. It has been already changed to the compressed version and with .gz extension. Okay, so you can also differentiate and verify if it has the compressed version. Okay, now if you want to decompress and want your original file, you can simply use gunzip or gunzip and name of your compressed file, which is bigfile.txt.gz. Enter. Okay, so it is done. Let's check with using the ls-lh. Okay, so our original file, which is the bigfile.txt, and its size 1.1 GB has been recovered. Okay, so it's very easy to compress and decompress, and also it's very safe. Now there is one more use case. Let's say while compressing, okay, while compressing a file, you want the original file as well. So in that case, you can do like this: gzip -c, okay, and the name of the file. That's it, and you can redirect the compressed version to the another file. Let's say bigfile.gz or text.gz. Okay, let's again check using the ls-lh. Now our original file is still untouched, and we have also the compressed version of this file. Okay, so you can use this command accordingly. Alright, so we have just seen an example in which we have compressed a single file. Let's say we have multiple files to be compressed. So how we can do it? Suppose we have this folder backup, and if I do ls backup, so there are 3 files: file 1, file 2, file 3. So 3 files inside the backup folder. If now I want to compress all the files at once, how can I do it? I can try gzip, okay, like compress the whole folder and the backup folder like this. If I hit enter, it will show you or give you a warning that it is a directory. So basically gzip command only works on file but not the folder. So in this case, how we can do it? In this case, we have to use the file archiving, which means collecting multiple files and directories into a single file for easier storage, backup or transfer without necessarily reducing their size. So we can convert the multiple files or directories into a single file. So how we can perform the file archiving? Using the tar command, which means tape archive. Okay, so tape archive, which is the full form of tar command. Okay, so the command is very simple and straightforward. So let's try this. Tar -cvf. Okay, you can give any name, let's say backup.tar, like this, and the whole folder backup. Okay, and you can easily remember this -cvf is like C means collect or compress. Okay, V for verbose, this is optional. Okay, and F for file name. Very simple. Okay, hit enter. So why you are seeing this output? Because of using the V option here, like verbose. What are the folders and files has been compressed or collected? So after this, let me check using ls-lh. So there is a backup.tar file has been created. You can also check. So for this backup, which is the original folder, you can see the type is directory, and for backup.tar, which is the collected or the compressed version, the format is changed to file. Okay, let's also check its size. So size is 10K. Okay, 10K right now, and let's use gzip backup.tar. Okay, and simply hit enter, ls-lh. Now you can see backup.tar.gz, and also the size is 173 bytes. Okay, so our task is completed, which is to compress multiple files. Okay, now we have already collected and compressed the multiple files, or actually a whole folder. How we can retrieve it back? So first, let me remove the original folder, which is the backup. Okay, I will do rf backup folder. Okay, simply this ls-lh. So there is no backup folder. Okay, now I have the only way to retrieve my backup folder from this tar.gz or the compressed version. So the command is tar-xvf. Very simple. X means extract. Okay, so it's easy to remember also, and the name of the file, which is backup.tar.gz. Hit enter. So it also give you the output because of V option here, which is for verbose, like what are the directory and files has been extracted, ls-lh, and here you go. There is the backup, which is your original folder, and you can also check the content of the backup folder, which is ls backup. So file 1, file 2, file 3, all these 3 files has been retrieved successfully. Alright, so this is the another way of compressing the multiple files or directory in a single way. Okay, so let me delete this compressed file rm backup.tar. So there is no compressed version of the backup folder. So in our previous example, we have performed the compression in 2 steps. First, we have used tar command for archiving, and then the gzip command. But we can do the similar things in single command using the z option. So tar cvf we have used earlier. So just use czvf. Z means zip. Okay, let's say backup.tar.gz. okay, and the backup folder. Very simple, and hit enter. So yeah, again it worked, and the best thing is it worked in a single command. Okay, so in last, let's cover the zip command also, and it's really very easy and straightforward because you just need to use zip and unzip. Okay, so for example, in my current folder there are 3 files. I just need to compress or collect the only file 1 and file 2 and compress it. So I can simply use zip. Okay, and the name of the zipped file, let's say files.zip. okay, and file 1 and file 2. okay, that's it, and here you go. If I do ls-lh, so files.zip. okay, and to decompress, it's very simple. Okay, first let me remove the file 1 and file 2. okay, just to verify. Okay, so there is only file 3. Now unzip and files.zip. okay, ls. So now you can see file 1, file 2, file 3. So all the files are. So zip command, it's the easiest and are the straightforward command in all the cases. Okay, so if the zip command is so straightforward and easy to use, so why don't we always use this command, and why we are learning the gzip or tar command? So the answer is zip command is not always comes pre-default or pre-installed on all the Linux environment. So for example, if you're working on a corporate, okay, and you are using the Linux server, so there may be a chances like you will not find the zip command. And also on the Linux servers in the corporate, you will also not have the permissions to install the softwares. Okay, so you can't install it, okay, afterward. Okay, so in last, let's cover when to use tar, gzip versus zip command. So gzip is best for compressing a single large file. Tar plus gzip when you want to compress an entire folder or multiple files. Zip command is best when you need the compatibility with Windows or Mac OS, as the .zip is the widely supported extension for the compressed file. Okay, so apart from this, there is also an important difference between how tar and gzip handles file details. Tar preserves file permission, ownership and timestamp exactly as they are. So tar command is very useful in case if you want to keep the archive or the compressed file on the same server for the future use, as a, for example, like as a backup. Okay, so tar command is useful in that case because it will preserve the ownership etc with the files. So that's all about this section. Thank you.